got no love for the fakeness. If you want, I don't ever slow up. No, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you
Good morning. Yes, I am here this morning, and look, George had me on this schedule that I couldn't keep up with. Good morning, everybody. Oh my goodness. Happy Wednesday. It is hump day. Savage, I see you in the chat. Are you doing a live today, ma'am? Crafting with Amanda Aries. Good morning. Wisco Gal. Good morning. Wendy's Front Yard. Good morning. Gamecock Jenny. Good morning. Marsha E. Snuggle Bunny. If the shoe fits Amber, my bestie. Good morning. My bestie's here. Good morning. Hi, Deborah Mayo. Good morning. Chantel, good morning. I just saw our crackhead went live. I guess she's upset with frauditor. And she's planning on suing her. Well, damn, girl. You scared to go to the police station. Oh, you have a funeral. Savage, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Damn it. I didn't know. I'm sorry. Yep, I was in Madsy's live. I was over there. And then I had a call I had to take. Good morning, damn it, Mandy. Ah, did you get my message on TikTok? No, I didn't. I'll go look, Chantel. Yesterday, my voice is sound, but yesterday my body said, lay your ass down. George is making y'all work. I'm telling you, George has us on a schedule, okay? He has us on a schedule, but no. I thought it was funny when I saw that schedule that he had. But good morning. So, we have a few. There is hi Sarah motherfucking Z. There is hi Island Girl. And I know I was supposed to call you Island Girl. I know. I'm going to. Ah. So done. Good morning. Oh, you're on your way to the dentist. I need to make an appointment for the dentist as well. I need to get a cleaning. Damn. Good morning, Dorit. Dorit can tell you, Island Girl, I've been in and out of sleep. Seriously. My body is telling me, I'm telling you, I had a cold I felt coming on, and I have been trying to get it before it gets worse. And all I want to do is sleep. That is it. I want to sleep. I woke up at 1 o'clock this morning and thought it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but I looked outside, it was dark. So I crawled back into bed and went back to sleep. And then I got up at 6. So I am up. Let's see. What else? I'm just seeing what you guys are saying. Doritos, Island, so done. Every time I hear Hump Day, I think of Jay-Z. Yep, he looks like that damn camel. He really does. He looks like that camel. He really, really does. But tonight, Debbie, myself, and Lexi will be live. 90 Day Fiance was good. The Tell All was off the chain still. And yeah, and I watched part 3 of Married to Medicine. I watched that. I watched Did I watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I can't remember. I watched The Real Housewives of Atlanta. So some of that we're going to save to Saturday, but tonight we're going to do 90 Day. I know for sure. And let's see, what else are we going to talk about? So we have, I need a cleaning. I hate those. The thought of, oh, I know. And I bought that hook. I actually bought that dental kit from Walgreens, and doing it myself aggravates me. But I'm telling you, I need to go for a cleaning. So I think I'm going to do that. I just hate that. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate laying back in that chair. I hate that, I don't know, that man's hands. But at least they wear gloves. But I notice he has hair on his arm too. And I don't like that at all. But I want to talk to you guys about this $75 million lawsuit. We discussed this case last year sometime. And now there is a lawsuit. And we're going to talk about that. There was a sex trafficking ring that was a big bust for kids. We also have a little update. Well, they say it's an update on Kei'Mani Latigue, which I really haven't watched because it just popped up. Oh, Jasmine had her baby girl. I hate me too. Oh, Sarah, I hate it. And it's just like, ugh. I don't. And then after you get your teeth cleaning, now some dentists use this silicone thing, but some still use that metal thing. It's like everything tastes like metal after. Girl, if Lisa sued somebody and got $75 million, she'll be dead in 24 hours. 24 hours, she would be dead. And I'm just like, damn. But damn it, Mandy, I saw Maddie's community post. And I was just, and I heard myself what came out of Bambi's mouth, and I'm like, what the fuck? Let me see. Laughing gas. Oh God. I remember I had to get a molar removed, and well, they were supposed to be doing a root canal. And then he said, no, we need to remove it. And they set the appointment for the next day. And he told me I need to have somebody drive me. So I said, okay. I went. He goes, okay, so somebody drove you? I said, yep. Nobody drove me. Girl, they knocked me out. I sat there. I had parked my car way where they couldn't see it. I got in my car and I laid down for a minute, closed my eyes, went to sleep. I woke up. I said, okay, I'm 5 minutes down the street. I can make it to my house. Shit. I was like flying. Oh my God, I can feel it now. Oh, I can't. Hi, Dreamsicle. Good morning, afternoon, everybody. Hi, Dreamy. I hope you're okay. I forgot I was supposed to send Jennifer Positivity a message yesterday to check on her, but I was told she had been snowed in really bad and they had lost power. So, and then I thought about it. I said, well, why am I going to send her a message when she probably won't get it, or her phone might. Well, again, she probably has generators too because she runs a farm. But I didn't want to do that. So I will still send her a message. Let's see. So let's get into it. You guys are going to remember this case when you hear it because we spoke on it. And this is the little boy, Justin Bully, that died of a fentanyl overdose. And I'm sure you guys are going to remember this one. But this is an update on this case and what's going on. We got tons of snow. You did? Oh, damn. We've been getting rain. And I was told that the weather is going to change. So we're going to get hit. And then this is going to be the last one. Hi, In Check. Good morning. All right, guys, let's listen. And when you hear it, you're going to remember the case that I'm speaking about.
And see what is going on right here with this news conference.
BRIANCLAYPOOL. I'm the owner of the Claypool Law Firm in Pasadena, California. The reason we're here this morning is because I'm announcing that our office and our co-counsel will be filing a $75 million lawsuit against the County of Los Angeles, in particular, the LA County Department of Children and Family Services. On February 18.
Okay, I'm gonna stop for a second. You see his hair? For a minute, I said maybe he's trying to look like Sarper, but it's not plastic enough.
2024, a young boy named Justin Bully died of a fentanyl ingestion in his home. Horrific case. We've already filed a $75 million lawsuit in that case on behalf of the father and the siblings of Justin Bully. Since that, we've learned some shocking information. We thought that would be the only case stemming from the fentanyl death of Justin Bully. I believe he was only 2 years old. And what happened on February...
He looks nervous, but this case really messed me up to hear about these social workers and everything else. Good morning. That Lauren Marie. Are you in Texas? 95 degrees? Jesus, or Florida?
2024 was Justin's mom, Jessica Darhead, and her father and a DCFS monitor, and her kids were in the house and they were partying. and they were doing drugs, and the drugs were on the table, and the grandfather falls asleep. And who knows what happened to the other two mothers who were in there, but Justin ended up getting his hands on the fentanyl, and he had it on his nose, and he died. But there were 5 other kids in the home at the time. All 5 of those kids had fentanyl in their system. Since the death of Justin Bully, we have shockingly learned that there was a monitor approved by the LA County DCFS. She was supposed to monitor and supervise the mother of Justin Bully. Her name is Secret Daniel.
Secret Daniels, with her 3 kids, were there that night. That little boy OD'd on fentanyl. But she is her DCF monitor. So supposed to be there to monitor this mother and her kids. And she was partaking in the drugs.
I'd like to introduce you all to Secret Daniel. Again, Secret was approved by the County of Los Angeles DCFS to be in the home and make sure nothing bad happened to these kids. So let's talk about who Secret Daniel is.
He's got a criminal record.
She had a long criminal record. Here's her record. And by the way, this woman was somehow approved by the LA County DCFS with a criminal record.
So she has a criminal record, but she was approved by DCF to be a monitor and work for social services. Ain't that some shit?
Let's go through it. Possession of marijuana, guilty. Speeding and financial liability law, driver's license revoked. Theft, misdemeanor. Public intoxication. Assault, threat of bodily injury. Theft, public intoxication. Failure to appear in court. Simple possession, and another failure to appear in court in 2021. This is the kind of woman that LA County DCFS approved to look after Justin. Now it gets worse. We did some digging further. The children of Secret Daniel, they were horrifically abused as well. So let's get this straight. The mother, who was approved by LA County DCFS, was abusing her children, and she was permitted to go watch over another woman who was abusing her children as well. When you approve one abusive mother to supervise another abusive mother, the consequences are a dead 2-year-old of fentanyl and 3 other children here horrifically abused. LA County DCFS threw a match on gasoline that exploded because they failed to properly vet Secret Daniel as an LA County DCFS monitor. This is inexcusable and deplorable.
Now we wonder how a lot of these cases get, there are cracks in the system. They're on background checks. If they would have did a background check on that woman, that would have showed up. But they didn't. Did not do a background check. Not saying that Justin Bully would still be alive. Okay? Not saying that. Hi, Texas girl. If you need a babysitter to watch you on your own kids, yep. How the fuck do you have custody? Exactly. A simple background check. And any job that you go to in corporate America, when they do your background check, they send you can request what information was on your background check, and they'll give it to you. That shows they did a background check. Most companies go at least 10 years. 10 years.
This stems from the Antelope Valley DCFS division. Why is that important? Gabriel Fernandez died in the Antelope Valley in Lancaster Anthony Avalos, who we represented his family and recovered $35 million for that family. He died in the Antelope Valley. Noah Quattro, murdered, died in the Antelope Valley. Cameron Flores, a little boy, 4-year-old boy, in 2024, he died of a fentanyl ingestion in the Antelope Valley, in the Lancaster area, in the Palmdale area. And this case now, this $75 million lawsuit on behalf of these 3 kids who had their childhood taken away from them, also stems from the Antelope Valley Division of LA County DCFS.
Now, let's not forget this same county, okay? This same county had to pay out $4 billion to 7,000 claims of sexual abuse in juvenile facilities since 1959. This same county paid out $4 billion. Well, they just reached this agreement about 4 days ago. Before then, they paid out $2.6 billion settlement for the Boy Scouts, for all of these young men that were abused by the Boy Scouts of America. So you're telling me you have money to pay out all of these claims, but you don't have enough money to do background checks on people. That's what you're telling me. And the money that was paid out, well, was just agreed upon. That came from the McLaren Children's Center, which was closed in 2003. They've now come to a settlement of $4 billion. Come on, you got to do better.
Don't let LA County DCFS fool you. They have made no changes in their policies of any substance to protect children in the Antelope Valley Division in Palmdale and Lancaster. Let me tell you a little bit more about Secret Daniel. Let's get back to Secret Daniel. For years, she abused her 3 girls. And there was an open LA County CPS file on Secret Daniel.
An open file. But you were monitoring someone else. And I forgot to mention, in that case that was just settled, one man said that he was sexually abused by a physician at that facility, McLaren, when he was 8 years old. And he said another staff member assaulted him in the bathroom when he was 5 years old. Come on, people.
At the time that Justin Bully died. Before I even talk about this abuse, 1 year prior to Justin Bully dying of fentanyl, Jessica Darthead's boyfriend died
in the
of a fentanyl overdose in her bathroom with these 3 kids present and her kids present.
Yep.
You tell me why all these children were not removed in 2023 from their parents. Secret Daniel was not fit to be a mother. Jessica Darthead was not fit to be a mother. All those children should have been removed from the homes in 2022, 2023. I'm going to read you a list of what Secret Daniel did to her kids.
This is bad.
These 3 young girls, I think their ages 10, 8, and 3, right?
Yep.
10, 8, and 3. These young girls had their lives stolen from them by an abusive and diabolical mom named Secret Daniel because LA County DCFS failed to investigate her background and failed to remove these kids. These young children were forced to sleep on the floor, no beds. They were locked in their rooms for days at a time. They were starved. These 3 young girls were starved. And when they were fed every other day, every other few days, they were given a little bit of water and some apples. And when the grandmother finally got custody of these 3 girls, they were so malnourished, you could see bones coming out of their body. That's how bad these kids were starved. You tell me how LA County DCFS doesn't find that out if they're doing their job. They weren't doing their job.
Nope.
And these kids have suffered immensely because of that. Secret Daniel would whip these kids with a belt buckle in the face, too, bruising their bodies. Secret Daniel routinely punched her children in the face.
Those are
What
Secret
young
Daniel's
girl
kids behind
in this
him.
country deserves to be punched in the face by her mom?
Behind him.
This shouldn't happen had LA County DCFS done their job. Secret Daniel,
That's the grandmother.
the LA County approved monitor, would give alcohol to her children and force them to take sleeping pills at night. How about this? None of these kids were ever enrolled. None of these children were ever enrolled in school. How does LA County DCFS miss that?
Good morning, everybody. It's great to be.
Let me just stop that. Okay. This is LA County. Now, I did a story way back last year about the Boy Scouts of America, where the Los Angeles area archdiocese paid out $800 million to victims that were sexually assaulted by the clergy. Okay? They did that. When Los Angeles County paid that money, the Boy Scouts paid that money out, that covered 80,000 children that were abused by scout leaders. This is all in the same county. So can you imagine if all of these places start hitting these agencies, CPS, DCF, whatever you want to call them, with all of these lawsuits, because these kids are being left not monitored, not checked on, being physically, mentally, and sexually abused. Yeah, I showed her mugshot, but he didn't show a mugshot here. When I first covered the story, I showed the mugshots of the mother whose 2-year-old son, Justin Bully, died of fentanyl. And there was a picture of Secret Daniels as well. Matter of fact, I can go find that story for you. Okay, I'll pull it up and you guys can see it again. It's sad that these kids are left on their own devices, and then when the kids do complain, no one believes them. That little boy that told him his mother was trying to kill him, when the mother went for help, they let her leave that hospital with her kids. Are we serious? And that little boy was found deceased in his backyard. He told them, my mother is trying to kill me. Nothing was done. Nothing was done. And you see, that's why, and when my sons and my nephews would go camping with the Boy Scouts, I went. They would go for 4 days. I went. I was there. They never went camping. Well, my son never went camping without me at all. I was there. And the Boy Scouts at one time, they were firing homosexuals because they were blatantly out there. Now, not every homosexual is a pedo, but their policy was if you were blatantly overtly gay, they would fire you. That doesn't make them pedos. It does not make them pedos. But you had married men with kids that were abusing children. Just because you're gay doesn't make you a pedo. And that's what people don't get. No, you have straight men, or as they consider themselves, straight men that have pensions for young males or young girls. These are grown-ass men with their own kids. Kids around the age of their own daughters or sons. And they're molesting. What makes you wonder what the hell is going on inside your home? What is going on inside your home? We see what happened to Kei'Mani Latigue. We saw a piece of her dad years ago when he was saying that he had dark thoughts, and he knew if he acted upon those thoughts, he would be in jail. We saw that. Again, so let's take a look as what they're considering as updates on Kei'Mani's case. I'm going to be honest. I haven't watched it. It just popped up. Let me see how many minutes it just popped up for me. And because I have it flagged. And when I opened the tab, that's when it popped up. So let's look at and see what the key updates are on Kei'Mani. Now, again, 13. She just turned 14 after she was Kei'd. Her neck sliced, almost beheaded. Her hands removed. And she was AR'd by her father. But her father said he and his cousin had gone to her grandmother's home, which we later find out that grandma works overnight. 13 years old. She's left at the house by herself. And dad said that she called because someone was trying to break in. First, he said he stayed for like 30 minutes. Then it became almost an hour and they left. I would not leave my child alone if she's telling me someone is trying to break in a home where they know I'm there by myself. That right there was a red flag to me. So let's listen.
Community's response to this devastating loss.
So here's what we know today. A judge has ruled Kei'Mani's grandmother, Dorothy Latigue, will take custody of the teen's body and estate. Her mother argued she heard she would not be invited and wanted permissions to go with another funeral service.
The grandmother also said there would be a public funeral for Kei'Mani on Friday, April 11th. No specific details have been announced, though.
And there are signs of the pending demolition of the home where police found Kei'Mani's body. City crews put up fencing around the burned out building in East Toledo. We're told it'll come down in the next 3 months.
Almost a month after her disappearance, she was found 4 days later. What was it, 4 days later? 2 days later. You're just having funeral services for this young woman because mommy is trying to, get her hands on money. That's what mommy wants. I heard the interview that her mother did on another channel. I'm like, do they not know this woman is lying through her teeth? But anyway, she's allowed to tell her side of the story, but she was lying through her teeth.
Now, Kei'Mani's story has touched so many people in our community, and there continues to be calls for justice and accountability.
While her dad is charged with killing her, there are still unanswered questions from the community. Let's take a look back at the investigation so far. Kei'Mani's grandmother, Dorothy Latigue, reported her missing in the early morning hours of Tuesday, March 18th. By just after 4 o'clock that day, Toledo police put out an alert on social media.
By Saturday, March 22nd, 4 days later, Kei'Mani's family intensified their efforts. Volunteers joined in a public search. And her mother, Tiara Caston, expressed concerns over her daughter's disappearance. It would be 2 days later, on Monday, March 24th, that police would find Kei'Mani's body inside a burned-down house in East Toledo.
6 days.
The man identified as her father, Darnell Jones, would be charged with murder that night.
The next day, Tuesday, March 25th, Columbus police spotted Jones in Shorten North. Body camera video shows Jones appear to reach for a gun. Officers shot him multiple times. Columbus police say he's still in the hospital and has yet to appear in court. Then Thursday, March 27th, Lucas County commissioners voted to form a task force to look into Lucas County Children's Services. The goal, according to Commissioner Pete Gherkin, to restore trust between the community and Children's Services in response to Kei'Mani's death.
Now, we learned just today there will be a public funeral for Kei'Mani on Friday, April 11th. Her grandmother, Dorothy Latigue, said in court that her family is working with Dale Riggs Funeral Home. Dorothy argued in court today that the original plan was to have a private and public funeral last week.
However, she says the holdup came when Kei'Mani's mother, Tiara Caston, wanted to have the right to Kei'Mani's funeral planning and estate. Tiara claims Dorothy was trying to block her from attending the funeral. Ultimately, the judge granted Dorothy the right to proceed.
And how long was your granddaughter living with you on a daily basis? For 5 years?
For the past 5.5 years, yes.
See that? Grandmother had custody of her. Mother only wants her hands, and I'm going to say it, on that money that they will raise. Now we know why they changed funeral homes. We couldn't figure out why. I was thinking because that one was small and this one's bigger. Now we understand why. Even though she's the mother, she had no rights to that child because she lost custody of her child to her mother. Even in death, there's still this bullshit going on.
How frequently did your daughter visit?
We haven't seen her collectively since her 11th birthday, which was 2022. And my other daughter went to Cleveland to pick her up. Other than that, she claimed she had no transportation to even come to the birthday party.
So I'm sorry, you might have said this already. There would be a private funeral?
There will be a private ceremony, and then there will be a public ceremony for all of those that donated. It's our way of saying thank you. We appreciate, your gestures.
When would the private one be?
The private ceremony will be for family only.
And that would be when?
That will be Thursday.
And then the public ceremony Friday?
Correct.
And the funeral home can do that?
Yes. They're just waiting on me to get back in contact with them and let them know whether we should go forth or, if it rules in her favor, what she's going to do.
I have not resided in Toledo in 12 years. I left because of the strain between me and my mother. As I said before.
Hold on, Mwit, let me ask, why do you think the grandma need to take several seats when the mother had nothing to do with her child since she was 9 months old? The mother had nothing to do with that child since she was 9 months old. Now, the mother is saying she wasn't going to be allowed at the funeral. That's what the mother is saying. I didn't hear the grandmother say that. But that mother had nothing to do with that child. Her upkeep, her raising her, nothing since she was 9 months old. So no, the mother needs to take a couple of seats, not the grandmother.
I was under the impression by other family members that have been in contact with her that I was not to be invited to my daughter's funeral procession.
See, she's saying that's what someone told her. She didn't hear that from the grandmother. She didn't hear that from the grandmother. Maybe her sister told her that. I can't see the grandmother keeping her from the funeral. I really can't. If she is, there's a reason behind it. But the mother, in my opinion, is trying to do a money grab because she started a GoFundMe on her own when she had nothing to do with that child.
Not by my mother, but by my sister, who has been steadfast, sticking to my mother. And that's okay, I don't mind their relationship at all. But I have been threatened by my sister during this whole thing.
As in a lot of situations where family people aren't getting along pretty well, hear
Yep, she
different
was
comments
abusing
about
that
things I
child. There was a
probably won't
CPS.
do
She
here,
was
but
whipping her the wrong way.
my focus today is on the
Ooh,
statute
okay, Emily.
and the items that the court's to consider. And the ones that stand out the most are close personal relationship and the reasonableness and practicality of any plans a person has for disposition. And convenience of family members and other friends wishing to pay their respects to the declarant. And based upon those three factors, it's clear to the court.
Nope, the
that
grandmother didn't protect her either. She left her alone at 13 years old and she works overnight. I would never leave a 13-year-old home by themselves. If I'm running to the store, killing them can tell you, oh, you got to go with me. Anything can happen. Anything. A fire can break out. She's in there sleep. I would tell her the night before, hey, I need you up by this time. Even when I was in Houston, I had she and her brother and her little sister doing C-19. No, where I'm going, you're going. Let's roll. You don't leave a child home overnight. I had a party to go to. I wouldn't leave Kayla home, even though I'm going to be gone for a couple hours. I'm in Houston. No, you're going to go to your mother's. I'll pick you up on my way back in. You're not staying home. That's just it. You're not. People know when I come and go. My car's not there. I'm gone. But they see TV on, people moving around. No, that is a 13-year-old child. She didn't protect her at all. Hi, Rose. I know it's you. Hi, Lady Red. She didn't protect that child at all. She said CPS came to her home twice. She was whooping the child the wrong way. At 13 years old, you do not whoop a child. You will spank a child when they're little, but you don't whoop, as she said, whoop a 13-year-old girl. You take her phone. You take privileges. You do not whoop a child of 13. That is a young lady. Are you kidding me? Whoop. What the hell are you whooping a 13-year-old for? Take their phones. Take their TV privileges. But you can't do that because she's home by herself and she needs her phone. We're talking about Kei'Mani Latigue.
Right of disposition filed by Dorothy Latigue shall be granted. So the court will issue a...
I'm sorry, Bulldog Mama, you may not know, Kei'Mani Latigue was K by her dad, Art, neck sliced open, and yeah, it's a thank you, Lady Red. You don't do that. And to know this child had been bounced between guardians. Her godmother had her, then the grandmother took her as a foster child. Once she adopted her, there was no more money from the state. So now you're going after the mother for child support because the state is no longer giving you money. This is crazy. I would never think to whoop, and I'm serious. I would spank my pop, pop them on the legs. Don't do that. But to whoop somebody? No. Hi, Gwen.
Within the next hour or so, and so we'll get that to the funeral home, and we will proceed to get this child laid to rest. And I'm not saying anybody's right here or wrong, but I'm saying based
Almost a
on the
month
factors
later,
that I need to
this
consider,
child is not laid to
those
rest.
factors weigh in favor of you having the right of disposition.
None of them cared about her except for the aunt.
A lot of it's a close personal relationship. I mean, you raised this
The
child.
aunt is the only one that shed a tear. The aunt is the only one that cared about that young girl. And she said if Kei'Mani would have ever told her anything when she came for a visit, she would have taken Kei'Mani with her. The aunt, the mother's sister, the grandmother's daughter is the only one that cared about her. And then we find out that they too were in foster care because of their mother. No one cared about that child. No one. Not the father, not the mother, not the grandmother. The aunt did.
No further details have been released about the public funeral, just that there will be a private service for family on Thursday. That is not open for anyone else to attend. Then the public event will be Friday. We'll share details on that as soon as we get them here on WTOL 11 Plus and WTOL.com, along with our social media channels.
Lucas County Children's Services says it is bound by state law what it can and cannot say. Director Randy Muth explained at a news conference today that he cannot release personal details or anything that could interfere with the criminal investigation. He did note that his agency serves 8,500 children and received 13,000 allegations of child abuse and neglect just last year. Now, Lucas County Children's Services is working with the state to make sure this case is handled properly.
As director of Lucas County Children's Services, I'd ask that you remember our staff as they go out into the community every day to provide services, safety, and supports to the complex dynamics of family need when social crisis occurs. I've seen how deeply this tragedy has affected them, and I think they're for their continued passion, work, and the heroism that they do every day.
Here we go.
Questions that center around the role of the man identified as her father, Darnell Jones. Again, he is charged with Kei'Mani's murder. And Lucas County Children's Services addressed whether the agency had any knowledge of a paternal figure and how that could have impacted their investigation or placement decisions had he been identified.
If Dad was part, if it ever had surfaced in a conversation, or if he had come up, would that have made your work any different? Would the caseworker have handled it any differently if Dad's listed or mentioned?
Yeah, absolutely. If there's a father that's identified, we have to talk with all the principals in the case. So the identified can be two ways. One, established as the father in the case, and we have a record of that. Or the child can identify somebody that they view either as a father, an alleged father, or an actual father. So if either one of those things had happened, if our database had indicated we had an identified established father, we would have been required to reach out to that individual. If the child had identified, hey, this gentleman is Dad, or he is a support, or I view him as Dad, we would have reached out. Those did not occur in December or March of last year.
And would that have changed what you would have done when it comes to a placement with her if Dad had surfaced?
No, I suppose it depends on what we would have learned. From whoever was identified as.
Again, and with you are so right. But the grandmother didn't care. We see that. She was so matter of fact in her interview. She shed not one tear. She was so matter of fact. They said that little girl would go to school with bruises on her. And that's when CPS paid them a couple of visits. Grandma, you had your kids in foster care. You know right from wrong. I don't want to even hear it. The only reason she wanted that child, I think it could have been out of spite for the mother, but it was all about a paycheck for her. That's it, a paycheck.
But no, I mean, we determined that the placement there was appropriate. All the basic needs of the child were being met.
Exactly, and
all of her sustenance, her housing conditions were fine, her school and medical conditions were being met. So the presence of a father would not have caused us, I think, to recommend to the juvenile court that they change custody or placement.
Leadership from Lucas County Children's Services is pledging change and compassion. Suzette Cowell is the head of the agency's board, and she offered heartfelt condolences today.
She also took the time to outline the new task force approved by the Lucas County Commissioners and how it will examine what more could be done to protect vulnerable children and prevent future tragedies.
On behalf of my colleagues on the board, I want to once extend our condolences to everyone who knew and loved Kei'Mani Latigue. Losing her at the age of 13 is a community tragedy and leaves a hole that will never be filled. Our board, staff, and caseworkers feel any child's death to their core.
I can't with these people.
We stand with
after
you,
the fact.
heartbroken. We are so grateful to the Toledo Police Department for finding the alleged perpetrator
Exactly.
so quickly. And we are
I
grateful.
don't want to hear what she has to say.
The public will get out of it, you will get out of it, he will get out of it.
Is that Children's Services loves the children of this community.
No,
and
you
we
don't.
take very good care of the children in this community. All of us working together.
Do you hope that there will be, if there are any deficiencies, that they can be addressed?
Exactly.
No, you don't.
There's no official timeline that has been announced for that task force at this time, but we're told we should expect an announcement coming out within the next week.
We want to thank you for joining us as we continue to follow Kei'Mani's life and death. Her story is one that has left a lasting mark on the Glass City. A young life gone too soon with so many questions still unanswered.
WTOL 11 Plus will continue to follow every development in this case as investigators work towards justice. You can find more in-depth local coverage anytime on the
I'm just going to say this. Let's see how long her case lasts. Okay. Once she is laid to rest, let's just see if there's any more stuff that's going to be in the news about her. No, that's not the house they lived in. Exactly. Hi, Coochie. No, that's the house her body was found in. That's the house where her body was found. It had been burned down twice. They don't protect anyone. And that's when you start hearing about it. So CPS went out there a couple of times. I want to know, was there any other follow-up visits after that? Did CPS know that this child was being left at home by herself overnight? The CPS know that? The CPS know that Kei'Mani was left at home by herself overnight. I'm just going to put her picture back up here so we can look at this sweet young child. Did they know that? Did they give two flying fucks that this child was left to be home alone? Get herself ready for school in the morning. There she is. She was Kei'd on the 18th of March. 18th of March. Didn't find her body till 6 days later. And she still hasn't been laid to rest. They're fighting over a body. I think when I heard Mommy's interview, I said it's all about money for her. The money that was raised in the community was given directly to the funeral home. Now that her body has been moved someplace else, that money went to that funeral home. It needs to be shut down, restructured. You're absolutely right. Yep, she didn't like boys. She was a tomboy. C and M Wit, I thought about that. But why would she see? Here's my question. He said she called him. I want to see her phone records because if she was assaulted by her dad before her death, why would you call your dad and you saying someone is trying to break in? That's a lie. When the grandmother said the house was in disarray, she was attacked in that home. I think she did know. I think she did know. I think she did know. She knew something. I think she knew something. Don't know what she knew, but she knew something. Nope, the money went straight to the funeral home. But the mother started a GoFundMe on her own. The mother started a GoFundMe on her own. And I forgot to go take a look at it because I think it was shut down. Hi, Deanna, long time. How are you? Yep. So, then we have an international sex ring for children that was lots of arrests. This was in Florida. So these kids are being exploited. And every time, I'm serious, when I go to a store, y'all think I'm kidding, I watch when I see kids, even in the airport, I watch to see how, if I see little kids or whatever, I watch to see if I see something that's wrong. Oh my God, Deanna, I didn't know that. Oh, my prayers are with you, but I knew it's been a while since I saw you. You had a stroke. Oh, sweetie. I am so sorry to hear that. Okay, let's get into this one.
Be back in Tampa again. I'm joined here this morning with Commissioner Mark Glass, Florida Department of Law Enforcement, Special Agent in Charge from the Tampa office, Mark Brutinel, and Special Counsel from our Office of Statewide Prosecution, Rita Peters. It's good to be back. I wish it was to talk about something more uplifting, but we do have a big announcement this morning that we are busting an international child pornography ring. We will be bringing charges against 8 individuals this morning, 7 of whom are Florida residents. As a dad of 3 little ones, it's tough to talk about some of this stuff, but what these guys were doing was truly heinous. There's not a word in the English dictionary that can describe the gross content that was on the videos. Our investigators have been able to get their hands on over 1 million videos showing sexual abuse on minors. Many of these individuals were babies that are being sold around the world. The 2023 National Center for Missing and Exploited Children reports over 36 million instances of suspected child sexual exploitation and over 100 million files related to child sex abuse material. And that's only what's getting reported. This continues to be a problem in our country, in our state. Protecting our kids is not an easy task to begin with, and today, with the access to the internet and social media, it allows these sick predators to more easily get access to our kids. And as I've said, my first 5-6 weeks on the job here, that's going to be a major priority for my office. The individuals that are being busted today that purchased this harmful content, many of them found it through TikTok. It was available online. They found access to a portal where they could purchase this dangerous material.
TikTok!
TikTok has shown they can very quickly get stuff off their website. If there's unlicensed music or something going around, they've proven with a flip of a switch they can get it off. And it's taken too long for them to get some of this pornographic material and avenues to purchase harder, more gross content. We've got to get them to be more accountable. So we will be working on that. We are going to hold social media companies accountable.
Excuse me.
That want
not just TikTok, Facebook. What's the other one called? Telegram or Telegraph. Hi, Riley. Not just TikTok, Facebook. You have what is it? Telegram. You have IG. They do it on Twitter. Come on now. They do it on what's the other? WhatsApp.
We put our families and our kids in jeopardy. So today, these 8 defendants are being charged with multiple felony counts, including RICO, money laundering, and purchase of child pornography. Again, I can't tell you in words how gross this content is, but it shows the dangers, the evil that's out there. It is truly evil. And you've got my word that in this state, we are going to do everything we can to hold these people accountable If you are a child predator, if you are one of these sick people, then I hope you never see the sun again, and I hope you certainly never have access to kids again. So
let me just stop this. I heard there's a guy on YouTube, Johnny Yarborough. I heard this watching, I think Charlie Sending Love or Watch You're Crazy, that he was a pedo. When he was younger, he touched his siblings. Then when he was with his girlfriend, he touched her kids. This is in Florida, Riley. Then we have the guy on TikTok. What's his name? Nick. He is a registered sex offender. Why is this man on TikTok? I don't like seeing that guy Santa Claus dressed up in a Santa suit on TikTok. I don't like seeing that. But I see people all over there. I'm not saying the man is but no, I think that draws kids in. I don't like that. Hi, Genuinely Jen. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Here we go.
We will continue that fight, and I want to give a very special thanks to Rita Peters from Statewide Prosecution for leading this fight. She's going to slap these guys around in the courtroom, and unfortunately I'm figurative in that comment, but thankful to her, as well as Investigator Abby George, who busted the case. So thank you. I'll turn it over to Commissioner Mark Glass.
Thank you, General. I appreciate it. I just want to say, first and foremost, General Uthmeyer has stepped in and stepping up and stepping out. He is really allowing us to just move forward on these types of cases, these long-term cases, and continue on to get these evil, sick people. You know what?
I notice when other people go live, they got goals set every day.
I want you to just take a look at that board over here with these folks. And it is just evil. The faces you see there are faces of evil. The General talked about, we can't even talk about what was on those films and what they had, because it is that disturbing, more disturbing than you would see even in your movies.
See, and that reminds me of Jared from Subway. When he married that woman, they had those kids. She knew who he was. She waited, and she knew that he was going to Thailand and all these places and what groups he belonged to. She used that for her benefit. Even the Hollywood actor, Collins, whatever his name is, that was exposing himself to all these young girls on these TV shows. They went to see a therapist. She recorded it. He was on, what was it? Seventh Heaven? She used that to get a divorce and to get all of his money. These women are disgusting. Disgusting.
Way more. It's evil. And the sad part about it, there's many more out there, just like these evil people. Many more. And we know it. And through the hard work and dedication
they're getting ready to show the picture.
Of multi-agencies, such as HSI with DHS, our task force agents from multiple agencies across this Tampa Bay area and the rest of the state, FDLE, and our Office of Statewide Prosecution. We're able to get out there and get these evil people out of our society, put them where they belong, behind bars, answer to their crimes. I'm a father, I'm a brother, I'm a husband, and I'm your state of Florida commissioner on FDLE. And the stuff that these evil people did emboldens not only me, but the men and women behind me to go out and get more people like this off our streets. This will not be tolerated in the state of Florida. And when I became the commissioner of FDLE, this is one of my highest priorities, is going after sexual predators, sex offenders, child molesters, deviants that do this kind of stuff to our children?
My question is, Stephen Stearns, who killed Madeline Soto in Florida, we know, well, at least I know, that is not the first time that he's done, well, not killed someone, but they found other child pornography stuff on his phone as well. So my question is, are they tracing his activities to what he was doing to these groups now? Because they have this information that was on his phone. Are they tracing all of that? They need to be. This man was a predator. He was on Reddit in the teen advice room being a predator, or advice for teens, being a predator. He worked at Disney. Predator. Or Epcot Center. Predator. Come on now.
Not just our children in the United States, we're talking about children all across the world. We would be remiss not to talk about why it was such important to shut down our border. Children that these evil people do these heinous things with came across our border. I was out there, and the people that looks like that's their mother, it's not their mother. They're just muling the kid. And with HSI out there looking up the unaccompanied minors, we're helping them, FDLE shouldering with them to try to find these children that were brought into our system to make sure they're safe. And we want to make sure that every one of these children were safe that came across that border that are here in the United States.
8.
First and foremost.
8 people were
but ladies and gentlemen, make no disclaimer here for you. This is evil. And it will not be tolerated in the free state of Florida. I'll be followed up behind me by Special Agent in Charge Mark Brutnell.
Look at him.
Give you a little bit more in depth about this case. Mark.
Thank you, Commissioner, and thank you, Attorney General, for both of your support,
Oregon,
and your leadership. I know the team
Florida,
really appreciates you guys being here today.
Look at this.
Thank you for that. So I'm going to kind of get into a little bit of the weeds of this investigation, which to me,
the head guy is in Turkey. The head guy is in Turkey. Get the
those career cases. This is one of those cases where you're going to look back 10 years from now and say, I made some change. It was a lot of hard work, and I'm glad I did it, and the results speak for themselves.
You need to look at the LDS church.
What happened was in July of 2024, our agents were working proactively on the internet, looking for individuals that like to sell and distribute child pornography.
You heard July 2024. Madeline was killed, what, February? March. I think they were looking through his phone.
And our agent found a chat room where he was speaking to an individual who directed him to a website called TributePrintedPics.com, which is on the internet. It's not the dark web, it's the straight internet. So our undercover agent went there and began a conversation with an unknown individual who wanted to sell him child pornography. At the end of the day, our agent purchased 6.7 terabytes of child pornography for $100. So I'm going to put that into context. That 6.7 terabytes is 1.2 million videos and pictures of some of the most egregious, disgusting content we've ever seen. My agent has done this for a long time, and he came to me after that purchase and having to view some of that stuff and said, boss, it was awful. It was awful. For him to say that, it had to be really bad. I've read the affidavits, and it makes me sick. So that's where the case really started off. So within a week after that, working with our Attorney General's office, FDLE and the Attorney General's office, we executed a seizure warrant on that
I feel that
website,
way too, Coach.
TributePrintedPics.com, and we shut it down. We said, you're not selling that stuff on the internet. We shut it down. Within 2 days, several phone calls from law enforcement agencies all across the country, local, state, federal. Thank you guys for doing that. Thank you. A lot of them had active cases, and they could not figure out how to shut this website down. The state of Florida shut it down. So as the case progresses, we identified an individual from New Jersey, Krunalmar Modi. We realized he was a money mule for this organization. Let me back up. In the midst of our undercover chat, we also were directed how to pay the $100 for this $1.2 million.
Let me stop this. Cooch says something right. Most of these agencies that focus on broken families that take advantage of these kids because they come from broken homes. That's been well established. Brokey is on. Yeah, we're going to talk about her after this.
Files. So we went up to New Jersey, working with those authorities in New Jersey. We executed a search warrant at his residence, an arrest warrant, and with all of his electronics, we did a very thorough scrub of his electronics, which produced a treasure trove of evidence. This is where the case really started to take off. We were able to identify an individual by the name of John DeVille. Clearly that was an alias, we knew that at the time, but John DeVille and Mr. Modi had over 500 transactions. So that's the volume of transactions of this CSAM that they were distributing and selling. Knowing that was clearly an alias, that was when the case really took off. That's when our primary goal was to find out who John was. As a part of this investigation, we were able to identify 7 people in Florida that had purchased this material from John through Modi. And those customers were identified as Brett Ryan Moore from Orange City, Michael Andrew Warden from Kissimmee, Jacob Ross Conley from Fern Park, Cody Vance Jordan Muti from Palm Bay, and Israel Cole Thomas from Lakeland.
When they do castration in Louisiana, chemical castration, they do it in Louisiana. It's legal.
2 customers up here on this board that I'm going to just kind of talk about them briefly. The first one is Frankie Pinero Jr. He is from Groveland, Florida. This individual was listed as a sex offender. He was currently on probation from a child pornography arrest that our office in Orlando did in 2019. He got a very light slap on the wrist for that case, and he was also sentenced to 20 years of probation. We know he bought a large amount of this disgusting material.
So 20 years probation, you weren't monitoring him, and he was still able to get child pornography. Get the fuck out of here.
From our guy John, and it was on his phone. So I'm pretty confident, and you'll hear from Rita here in a minute, he's not getting probation on this one. There's no doubt about that. Our second individual was a guy named Brett Allen Snodderly from Clearwater. Again, we know he purchased this material from John. During a search warrant at his residence, we found children's underwear at the residence. Now, we did our due diligence. We're positive he's not a hands-on offender, but obviously great cause for concern. His phone, which was very tech savvy, we had to bring it back to the office, get into it with a search warrant, proper legal service, which we did. Ultimately, you guessed it, lots of CSAM on the phone. So about 7 days later, we get an arrest warrant. We have Clearwater PD go pick up Mr. Snarley. And when they do, what does he have? He has a new phone with even more child pornography on the phone. I mean, I don't know what to do at this point. He bought a new phone.
They took one phone, he bought another phone, and he has more. Jesus Christ.
Fix that, right? So this guy, we have his phone within a week, a new phone, more child pornography. As the investigation continues, we're always searching for John. We identify through HSI another money mule, Exima Maqueda from Portland, Oregon. She was a facilitator for the sale of this disgusting material. She has a current arrest warrant now for money laundering. We also identified suspects in Canada and Ireland, and we're working with HSI in that regard. So finally, after almost a year of diligent work, 140 subpoenas, 20 search warrants, endless hours of analysis. You see this chart here, that's kind of a way to break down the spider web that we had to sift our way through and figure out who's who here. We were able to identify John DeVille as Mehmet Bozayuk from Adana, Turkey. Mr. Mehmet was very deliberate in hiding his identity. He utilized multiple layers of VPNs, money mules, obviously, burner accounts, burner phones. He also used a lot of stolen personal identification information that he would steal off the web to send money through different channels. He really, really believed that he could outsmart us, but at the end of the day, he didn't. He tried to profit on this horrific abuse of children, but we caught him. A little backstory on Mr. Mehmet. He's married with 2 kids. And this is his way of making money.
I told you, a lot of these guys are married with 2 kids, and he is doing child pornography with other people's children, maybe even his own children.
We currently have an arrest warrant for him in the system. We are talking with HSI, our partners at HSI, to try to get him extradited to Florida, and I hope we can pull that off because he will be held accountable here in Florida, no doubt about it. An excellent case, the teamwork. Again, as a father, like everyone has mentioned before, I was amazed at these guys, the way their dogged pursuit of him. Again, it's one of those cases where you're going to look back when you're over with this career and say, I made a difference. That's just one network. I'm sure there's several more out there that we are actively going to target as well. So with that, I'm going to bring up ASAC McCombs from HSI to talk about their role in this case. Thank you.
I want to see the diagram too, which they show us a little bit of.
Thank you, Zach Brutnell. It's a great honor to be here today to speak with you all on this case, and most importantly, our great collaboration with the state of Florida and its partners. No finer partners to have than partners at the state of Florida. FDLE is a tremendous, tremendous partner for us, and the citizens of Florida should be proud for the level of investigative effort that went into this investigation to keeping all of our families safe, to include my own. HSI has 90 offices in 56 countries all around the world, and a number of them were utilized in this investigation to uncover this network. Oftentimes we will bring these investigations to the state, but this one was the reverse. They brought us in on this investigation. We're very thankful for that. It's a great partnership when the federal government and the state government can combine resources and leave no stone unturned worldwide to uncover massive amounts of child pornography at a low, global, systemic level, and one that we're going to, work very hard to dismantle. We will not stop in pursuing these investigations. We can't stop, and the level and brutality of these images are sickening, and I've seen a lot. I just want to thank the investigators on this investigation, some of the best that I've seen, the financial analysis, some of the best that I've seen in my 28 years of federal law enforcement, and very, very proud to be a part of this investigative team. And I also want to thank my investigators at Homeland Security Investigations in Tampa. Thank you.
Hi, Patty.
Good morning. By way of reintroduction, excuse me, my name is Rita Peters, and I have the pleasure of serving under Attorney General James Othmeyer at the Office of Statewide Prosecution. I specialize in matters involving human trafficking, sex crimes, child exploitation, and I have been doing that for about 26 years. And to say that the images and videos that I observed in this case were the most horrendous is an understatement. In July 2024, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement contacted me to assist in an investigation regarding a sale of images of child exploitation, child sexual abuse material. We learned that for $100, they were able to obtain links that led them to over 1 million videos of children involved in some of the most heinous types of sexual brutality that I have ever seen. God. Brutality that involved infants, necrophilia, brutal sexual battery, and molestation. These horrific pictures and videos capture real, identifiable children whose names are in the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. These children have been identified series within that directory.
Did we hear this? Wait a minute. They were identifiable.
In July 2024, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement contacted me to assist in an investigation regarding a sale of images of child exploitation, child sexual abuse material.
On her shirt.
We learned that for $100, they were able to obtain links that led them to over 1 million videos of children involved in some of the most heinous types of sexual brutality that I have ever seen. Brutality that involved infants, necrophilia, brutal sexual battery, and molestation. These horrific pictures and videos capture real, identifiable children whose names are in the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. These children have been identified series within that directory. They are victims of human trafficking. They're also victims of sexual battery and a plethora of other crimes. And these kids are from the United States. We began by sending subpoenas to multiple companies to start the paper trail and see where we were going. That was followed up with search warrants to various financial entities, as well as online communication applications. And then we kept following that paper trail until we finally learned the identity of our main distributor, Mehmet from Turkey. Through our past investigative experiences and information that we were able to obtain in the early stages of our investigation, we determined that the vehicle that was used by Mehmet was tributeprintedpics.com. And very quickly, we shut that down. We seized that website, and FDLE was able to shut it down. And as you've heard, multiple agencies, we actually heard from global agencies, England as well, that they thanked us for shutting that website down because it had been such a source of a problem. Through the following steps, we isolated the individuals that you see on that board who took part in not only the distribution by Mr. Mehmet, but also the purchase of all of these images. It is because of that desire to see children being brutally raped, the demand for that this was possible.
Serious therapy.
In addition, we learned that Mr. Boziuk Mehmet also employed identification from other individuals.
So they're saying necrophilia. That means that they had people in funeral homes that were participating in this too, that are, oh my God, violating corpse. This is children. This is sick. Very, very sick.
Stolen on the dark web to use their financial resources or their financial accounts to obtain funds from buyers to also sell this child pornography. We spoke to two of those individuals who had no idea that their financial accounts had been utilized for that purpose, one of whom was in Canada that broke down. He filtered money through these accounts just so that he can enrich himself through the sale of child pornography. These individuals...
I'm sorry, I just want to say this again. Do we realize this is children? They said necrophilia. They are abusing deceased children. So that means that funeral homes or morgues are involved in this disgusting behavior. And they all need to be identified.
Individuals have all been charged in Hillsborough County Court. Krunal Kumar Narashabi Modi from New Jersey is facing a 65-year sentence for RICO, or racketeering, conspiracy to racketeer, and money laundering. Frankie Pinero Jr., who also faced child pornography charges in the 9th Judicial Circuit, is charged with conspiracy to commit RICO,
no
purchase
bail,
of child pornography, and use of a two-way communication device to commit a felony. 40 years, Florida State Prison. And a side note, Mr. Pinero was charged by our Office of Statewide Prosecution through the Orlando Bureau with the additional child pornography that we obtained off of the electronic items, and he has pled and received a 35-year sentence on that one. So it is just a matter of days before we have him in our jurisdiction. We have Brett Ryan Moore, also charged with conspiracy to commit RICO, purchase of child pornography, and use of a two-way communication device. Again, 40-year sentence. Israel Cole Thompson, conspiracy to commit RICO, purchase of child pornography, and use of a two-way communication device, 40 years.
Dustin.
Brett Allen Snodderly, similarly, 40 years. Jacob Ross Conley, 40 years. Cody Vance Jordan Muti, 40 years. Michael Warren, 40 years. And then ultimately we will have Mehmet and also Jimena from Oregon. They will be charged. Mr. Mehmet Boziuk will have a whole host of charges, and his exposure will be well over 400 years in Florida State Prison.
Damn.
It was a pleasure to do this investigation. This was, hands down, just good old-fashioned police work, and that's what it was. It was a partnership. We made ourselves available at all hours, every day, as did every other agency, because it was about saving those children and making sure that we would take this element off of the street. And we look forward to prosecuting these individuals. We look forward to bringing Mr. Boziuk back from Turkey so that he can be answerable to our courts and receive the sentence that he so richly deserves. Thank you.
Thank you, Rita. Parents and families at home can rest assured knowing Rita's here fighting the fight and keeping our kids safe. With that, we'll open it up if there's any questions.
Okay, we can never actually hear the questions. Oh my God. I think I'm still stuck on necrophilia. I am still stuck. I am still stuck on this. And but you know what, Wendy, when you ask that question, what's worse? I honestly don't know. I honestly, the kids that are alive, that are being abused, that are screaming for help, are the kids that are deceased and their corpse are being abused and put up for display. These are some sick, sick people, and I agree with you on that. They are sick. I am I'm I'm just totally blown away. Totally blown away. Arkansas, I want to thank you for dropping that in the chat. And 28 million people are trafficked a year. Hold on, let me just share this. This is freaking disgusting. And we know when you go to the children exploited website, you go to the missing and exploited kids, you go to their websites and you see all these cases that are still haven't been solved. And then you see the new cases that are there. It's crazy. They're saying 28 million people are trafficked worldwide. Worldwide. This agency was founded in 2002. Polaris is named for the North Star, which people held in slavery in the United States used as a guide to navigate their way to freedom. Today, we are filling in the roadmap for that journey and lighting the path ahead. We have human trafficking training. You'll see it all in the airports when you go in there. You'll see their phones in every restroom in an airport. There is a phone there. In case you have to go to the restroom, there's a phone that you can call for help. This young woman said, I definitely think back to this and wonder what would have happened, what would have helped me in the situation. And I think knowledge would have been the number one thing. I didn't know what sex trafficking was. Jennifer Lyons, survivor. So I think we all need to familiarize ourselves with that. These are survivor stories. Oh my God. I think we all should take a look at this website. I'm going to take the training. I'm definitely going to do that today. I'm going to leave that tab open. See, and I'm thinking snuff films too. I really am. Hi, Dorit. I'm thinking snuff films. I wish I can get like that. I really do. But every time I hear something about a child, it just, I have chills. I have chills every time I hear something about a child. Guys, just give me a minute, please. Please, please, please. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Oh my goodness. All right. Um, this is crazy. I my my ears are actually ringing right now. My ears are ringing. I've heard about this place, when I watch the Predator shows and all of those, they'll tell you that a lot of this stuff is on, I think it's called Telegram. And there is a market for this. And we have men and women with their own kids. And a lot of more prominent people, yes, they are. This is crazy. Rotten Mango. I'm going to have to check that out. Exactly. Who are the people? Well, we see who's buying this stuff. Sickos. And that's true, Chantel. You don't do that. Yes, they did, Arkansas. Yes, they did, in Florida. Hi, Charlie. I was in your live a little bit this morning, and then I had a call, so I will go back and finish listening. I really enjoy your morning lives. I really do. Yeah, it's called Telegram. Well, I saw it yesterday too. No, was it yesterday? I saw it, and it was still in my queue to to show. What? Coach. Oh my God, Island Girl. I I would definitely go check out that channel. I would definitely check it out. And you see a lot of this is in Florida. And that's why I keep thinking about Stephen Stearns. I keep thinking about him. And then I think about Sebastian. Oh my God, thank you, Charlie. I appreciate that. That's a lot of people that disappeared. You can buy drugs on Telegram as well. I've never even signed up for that app. Not at all. Not at all. Guys, she did Wellness Wednesday this morning and I was in there, but I like her morning coffee as well. Sometimes she has some characters on the panel and I just been listening. Charlie, I want to know about this Johnny Yarbrough person. I heard about that on your live. Thank you, Cooch. I've heard about this Johnny Yarbrough on your live. Is this man really a predator that we have and people are subscribed to him on YouTube? Or was that just somebody saying that? But I do believe that to be true. Or did I hear it on Charlie or Arkansas? No, it was Charlie. Because when I go into Arkansas, they're always talking about dicks and stuff, which I just be laughing. So ignore me. Oh, he is trash. So it is true. Yep, WhatsApp does the same thing too. They add you to groups, okay? I had WhatsApp, and every time I turned around, I was being added to this fucking group. And you know what? I think once I did report one of them, but WhatsApp, they add you to groups. Yeah, and I just don't like that at all. I don't like that. But I heard about this Johnny Yarbrough person. I heard about him. And it's quite, was it Redzilla? Hi, Racing Stars. Good morning. Welcome. Nobody knows where Summer Wells. Oh, Island Girl, thank you. Nobody knows where Summer Wells is, but we have to remember her mom's sister actually disappeared years before then too, and she was never ever heard from again. You have one family with two disappearances. It was another story I heard when there was three girls that disappeared in one family over a course of years. And then everybody centered, they were centered around who her daddy was screwing. And Candace cut her hair because they said they wanted her to look like a little boy. All of these assumptions and stuff I don't like. If you're going to put out facts, put out facts. Stop assuming, stop putting out misinformation because that doesn't help anyone. Still haven't found Summer, have they? Nope. Nope, not at all. Haven't found her. Are they still looking for her? Haven't heard any more about it. Now they're saying that Brian Landry isn't deceased. I said when I saw that video of the mother, father, and the third person going into that preserve, and they came out, I said they dropped their son off in there, and I said he's going to off himself. Now they're saying he didn't off himself. You got Dog the Bounty Hunter looking for Sebastian. Has he found him yet? Nope. Has he found Sebastian? Nope. People do things for money. People are not concerned about people's kids. It's all about money. And that's the way I feel about it. Let the cops do their jobs. Have we ever heard of one YouTuber that actually found the child? Have we ever heard about one bounty hunter or PI that actually found anybody's kids? Have we? Have we heard about that? Anybody? Have we heard anybody finding somebody's child? Let the cops do their jobs. Okay, there are no charges. Dog can't find his hair. I thought the same thing. How did they find the bone so fast? Does a body decompose? Nope. Nope. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, I was just hearing all of this stuff going around, and I was asking. Same thing they do pets, chip them. Why not? They got chips in the future. You see all these movies where they got chips in people. Why not? Why not? They have kids that have been missing for years. Years. Haven't been found. Years. Makes you wonder, are the cops really doing their job? Years. Kids have not been found. But we have people on the internet. Let me tell you, these people are so good at digging up people's personal information. They're so good. Why don't they put these tools or their efforts into finding these missing kids? Why haven't they been looking for these missing kids? They're so good with digging into everybody's stuff. Why can't you help find some missing kids? That's what I want to know. Put it to good use. But let's see. Our favorite crackhead went live. Well, my favorite crackhead went live, and it seems like she was having a meltdown because Reaper, it's not just Reaper, honey. It's everybody. It's everybody. Everybody. Hold on, let me see this comment. Hotspot. If you can do implants of birth control, exactly. Welcome, Hotspot. Yep. Welcome, Hotspot. Same thing. I mean, you're digging into this, you're finding that. Can you help us find some of these missing kids, some of these missing people? Can you? Can we find these missing people? Can we bring closure to these families that have missing kids. Okay, let's listen to our favorite crackhead real quick, and then I'm gonna go. But I want to hear what she had to say. I want to listen to Mango. I'm glad Tink the Bounty. Oh my God, Tink the Bounty Hunter. I was supposed to show that. He's out the hospital. He's recovering, and but this other bounty hunter just got shot and killed about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, so Tink is recovering. I've been following his progress. But and like we look at these predators, that's doing these things for clicks and views. I was watching Shane for a minute. Okay. I was watching Shane. And then I started watching Shane and I started paying attention. I'm not going to say anything bad about Shane, but it all comes down to money and clicks and views for a lot of these people. It's not about the kids. When I saw this other bounty hunter that let this one, not bounty hunter, child predator, that let this guy go because he said he wasn't going to do it again. It's clicks and views. Please drop my links for what, sweetie? What do you want me to drop my links for? I'm sorry. I missed something. What links you want me to drop, Island Girl? So I see that both lives were discontinued, but I think this is the live where she's actually going off on. Nope. Dog don't be out there looking for anybody. Nobody. It's all smokes and mirror. That's what it is. He did good when he was on a hunt for people that were skipping bail jumping. Dog ain't gonna find no damn body. Has Dog found anybody yet? Has Dog found anybody since he left Hawaii? I'll wait. That hadn't had to do with bail jumping. Oh, okay. People can support the channel with super chats. I think I'm scrolling my pay apps across the thing. Thank you, Island Girl. Okay, let's listen to Lisa. And thank you, Chantel. This is coming from Chantel's channel.
Nothing, just needs to get down to the hospital and the dose first. Not yet, honey, but I'm going.
Let me stop. She says she needs to get down to the hospital and a dose, okay? Yesterday, she was riding in a car with somebody who had a dope-ass car, right? She was in that car. Why can't her friend with the dope-ass car bring her to the hospital? Number two, the hospitals that I go to, you need to have an ID. Lisa says she doesn't have a valid ID. And I know for a fact because when I went to see my dad and my mother, Louisiana, Houston, you walk in the doors, there are security guards there behind the desk, and they're asking for your ID. They put your ID in a machine. They give you a badge that you slap on. It's your picture and your name. So how is Lisa going to get in the hospital? How? How? That's what I want to know.
Going to come hell or high water, so no worries there. Thank you for sharing. I don't. It's a new month. I do not have one, unfortunately.
Oh, she don't have a bus pass.
Yes, I went yesterday. My friend came and picked me up. Thank God.
Uh-huh.
It was her day off, and she came and saved my ass. But so, and did you guys notice that I didn't even get on yesterday at all? I wasn't on at all yesterday.
Oh my God, I wasn't on at all. First of all, RJ says that you have no business being down there. Your mom was even shocked because she wanted to know, how did you get in there and were you allowed at the hospital? Girl, stop. Yes, he is a racist. Yes, he is. He is. I like Beth. I think after Beth, yeah, I liked his wife.
Because I got to the clinic and that was it.
I see it, Koosh. Thank you.
But that don't matter.
Nope. Here, you think I'm kidding. Here, I don't know if it started since C-19. You show your ID and they put it through a machine and they give you a badge. Even here in Spokane, Washington, security is right there. You show your ID.
I was not on yesterday. Absolutely not.
We don't care.
I did not come on and ask for a damn thing yesterday. Because I didn't eat. I didn't go to the hospital.
We don't
yesterday.
care.
So.
Wait a minute. She
No,
said she didn't go to the hospital. But she said her friend came and picked her up and took her. So which is it, Lisa? Did your friend take you to the clinic or did she take you to the hospital? Which one is it? You can't keep your lies straight, girl.
She's at work. No, she only did yesterday because she had the day off and she wanted to show off her new car. I was not on yesterday. Okay, when was I on?
You did come on.
Give me the time. I'll go look.
You came on when you were in the car.
Okay, I'm asking for the time. Okay, what time was I on? I will go look, please. When I hit the button on accident in her car for 2 minutes?
It wasn't an accident. You got out the car and you said, guys, that was a dope ass car. She just got it. It wasn't an accident, Lisa. It wasn't an accident.
That don't count as being on.
It does count.
That counts as fucking hitting the button
It
on
does
accident.
count.
I didn't come on and ask for anything.
It does count.
I'm talking about coming on here like this.
It's not that easy.
And saying, please
help. You hit the button to go live, then you got to go through all these other little things to go live on TikTok. It's not that easy. Stop lying.
Help me. I need help. Please, please, please. You guys know what I was talking about. You guys know what I was talking about. Stop it. Please, just stop.
I know I don't.
Right. Okay, so I wasn't on yesterday asking for anything, guys. I was on for 5 minutes. Hit the button on the way home because my phone is disconnected. So I had my phone and my mother's phone on one on top of another. Okay, and I hit it on accident. I'm sorry about that. So, but I wasn't on asking for anything. So let's just clear that up. So my bad. Okay.
I'm going to share those links too. I'll share them on my community tab.
Well, if it's BS, it should be easily proven, correct? Every time I'm on, it goes everywhere, right? So, you know what I mean? Why? Let's figure it out. You know, you can't just call BS and say I'm lying. You prove it. I mean, it's very easily proven.
It was just proven.
No?
You lied. You were on. And you sounded high as a kite.
Hi.
You looked high when you showed your face. That was a dope ass car, guys. It wasn't an accident, Lisa.
I need to go to the clinic and down to the hospital.
We don't care.
I'm just getting a bunch of hate. And then behind the scenes, people are just, you know, being jerks, sort of, you know.
Because people know you're lying.
Yeah, so. Even if I do, though, I still have to go to the hospital. So it really doesn't matter.
No, you don't.
No, you're not. But there's some kind people still left, I'm sure. So there's some kind people still left.
There are some idiots.
She does, thank you. Dude, it was badass. I'm so jealous. You know what she did? I got in it and I said, bitch, this is so nice. And she looked at me and she said, this is what you can have when you keep being clean. And I was like, yes, bitch. Like,
she needs that to keep being clean, but she needs a job. She needs a place to live. Lisa will never be clean. Again, jail, body bag. Those are her two choices because she's not trying to get clean.
Like, damn. Like, that was so inspiring, to be honest. Like, woo.
Woo! Let me get me a car like this with the orange interior.
I have no idea. A white car with tinted windows and some loud fucking music. That's all I know. It was nice, though. It was nice. Like, leather seats. Like, I just liked it. I don't know. I don't do the car thing. Like, you know, like the makes and models and stuff. You know what I mean?
But her anxiety.
It was nice.
She said her anxiety is so bad that she can't drive. So why would that be an inspiration for you to get that car if your anxiety is that bad that you can't drive? But your daughter has a car. Know that Abby's boyfriend has a car. We know that Jess has a car. We know that your sister Ronnie has a car, and they don't live that far. We know if you really needed to get to the hospital, Nicole would actually take you because she knows she's doing something to bring you someplace. So, and then your brother, you said can't drive, doesn't have a license, but your dad yelled upstairs for your brother to come take him to the hospital because he couldn't breathe. Those were your words, Lisa. Just letting you know. Just reminding everybody.
my mom's friends.
Your uncle?
Laugh at that.
You know,
she's at work. She just came yesterday because she was off and she wanted to show me her car.
Mm-hmm. That means she has a job.
Yeah, well, coffee break, she would know, right? She's a friend. She would know better than you, who
Why
don't
did
know
your friend
me.
give you money?
Right?
She has a job.
Right.
She bought that brand new car.
No, the car didn't inspire me. The fact that I know her as a person and the fact that she got and did all that herself by being clean was what inspired me. F the car, okay?
Okay, so why isn't she giving you money?
She's not going to do that, no.
Of course not. She's not going to.
I wish, honestly. I wish she would. I mean, what do you call them then? Okay, then she's a person I've known for 30 years.
That
right?
won't give you
A friend,
money.
a fucking foe, a person that lives in Pittsburgh that I've known since I was in grade school. Okay? All right.
But she won't give you money.
You guys try to twist my words all the time. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. An acquaintance. You guys happy now? She's an acquaintance.
Why can't you walk? Do you even have a license?
Calm, Lisa.
These things are hard.
No, I don't have a license, honey.
Oh,
I'll never
here we
get a
go.
car. It wasn't even about the car, you know?
She said her mom couldn't even walk, right? But she went live one night and said her mom was in the store. Now, the mom that can't walk, who also sits in the VFW hall with her dad as they're playing bingo and drinking on Sundays. But her mom, she says, cannot walk. Another lie.
It's about doing better, you know, that's all.
She doesn't want her son back. She's already raised him. He's 11 years old.
A friend.
Her job is done.
I thought my mom was. Me too, Miss Ashley. I actually had peace yesterday. Went to the clinic. Everything was calm. Didn't have to get on. But today, unfortunately, I have to eat something and I have to.
We don't care if you
I have no
eat.
smokes and I have to get to the hospital. I have to.
She has to.
If I don't go dose, you know.
Yep, she has to get
So,
smokes.
I
Guys,
have
can
to
you
do
give me
this now,
money for smokes,
unfortunately.
please?
I tried. Oh yeah, what's up with that? What's up with this, guys? What's up with the 250 that I got some idiot? This is this idiot here. This is the only one that said anything. Hold on. This Dez thought it would be funny to text message me, guys. Look at this. Dez. Let me show you something, Dez. Let me show you how these people don't know what the F they're talking about, guys. Here we go. Here's when I got off the last time. Lisa, you literally make yourself sound like a fool. Yesterday, you received over $250 and you want more? You are a pig. I said, the fuck if I did, bitch. I didn't. I received nothing like that. What the fuck are you?
But the lady showed where she sent Lisa $26. And then Lisa jumped to another page telling people she still needed $22 when the lady actually gave her the $26 she was asking for. Lisa is a liar. Stop giving this woman money. Make her get a fucking job. She's been on for 2+ years begging for people to take care of her.
It's on about. Wasn't even on here. I said, I want proof of where I got $250. I didn't even go on yesterday. She said, hold on.
On the back end.
Lisa, you were not online begging yesterday? ? I said, no. No, I wasn't. Not one time. So now what? She goes, I will check. If not, must have been the day before.
It was the day before.
Get the fuck on out of here, girl. The fuck on out of here.
It was the day before.
You people have fucking mental issues for real.
You're the one with mental issues, girl. You've lost all 4 of your kids. You lost your dog. You lost your apartment. You were living in the dark for a month and a half, begging people for money, foaming at the mouth. And these idiots were giving you money to get drugs, even though it was proven you were going across the street to building 109 to pick up your crack. Stop it.
For
Gwen.
Yeah. So glad you can read. Because do you not see how they make up shit?
Oh, see,
I got
been
200
following her now for a year or so, but I started going back and looking at the other videos that were done back in late 2023. So yeah, I was going 4 to 5 years. Damn, thank you for that, Bulldog Mama.
$50 yesterday when I wasn't even on the internet for more than 5 seconds and didn't say a word to you guys.
It was 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 minutes, 2 minutes. She can't keep it up. Can't remember what she did. It was almost 6 minutes, Lisa.
Wow. Amazing. Can anybody tell me where that is? Because I won't have to be on here. So anybody that knows all my business.
You don't have to be on here, period.
Can you please tell me where my money's at, please?
It's not your money. You don't have a job.
$2.30. I didn't even get $2.
Okay. Oh, I wish I was in that live. I'll be right.
I admitted what? What the fuck are they talking about now?
I really don't like this piece of trash. I really don't.
How do you beg offline? If I could beg offline, I need $30, honey, total. I have PayPal, Chime, Apple Pay. And this is ridiculous. They know my dad's in the hospital.
Bye, Tila.
They know all of this, right? So now they had to admit that my dad was in the hospital.
Who cares if your dad's in a hospital? Okay? I feel sorry he's there, but it's the stress coming from you. You put your dad in a medically induced coma to make it worse than what it was, to get sympathy so people can send you money. You were banking on that your sisters wouldn't say anything, but they did. Stop, Lisa.
Had to. They couldn't say anything else because he's in there. So now she's not allowed in there. If everybody else is allowed in there, I'm allowed in there too. Okay? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That really pissed me off.
Your brother said it. That's who said
and,
it, RJ.
Yeah, that's not cool. Tired of the lies and the rumors. It's all this place is rumors. All of it. I never hear anything factual on here. Ever. It's crazy. I bet you guys are. I'm serious. Tired of the rumors. I'm so serious. I bet you are.
Anything factual.
You think?
Let's see. You said you killed your children. People repeated that was factual. You buried your dad at least 3 to 4 times. He's been killed. Factual. You got kicked out of your house, and it's not TikTok's fault. It's your fault. You lost your dog. Not TikTok's fault. Your fault, because you came online foaming at the mouth. Factual. You came online and said that you had no food to feed your mother, so adult protection services were called. Those are facts. What else are facts, Lisa? The fact that you're a crackhead, you're a liar, and you're a beggar. Those are all facts.
Think one thing about me, and then you hear something totally different, and you hear something totally different. You don't know what the F's going on. It's terrible. I know. It's terrible.
Hitting people on the back end. That's
my mom can absolutely walk. Hardly at all. She can take.
You said your mom couldn't walk, but yet your mom was at the store with you at night. You said that. Nobody else. You did.
Take like 3 steps. My dad has to fucking hold her hand, both of them, and walk backwards out of the house. If you call that walking, then so be it. Okay? So be it.
Am I crazy, Chantel? Did she do a live and say she was at the store with her mom? And she was online begging because they needed to get money for food. Did she not just do that live? Jesus Christ, woman.
Not like it's any of your business anyways. But whatever you want to call that, that's what it is. Okay? All right. No, okay, now we're back to the 2:30. Oh, you people are so dumb. Can one of you guys, Miss Michelle, do you see this garbage?
Why
Do you see this garbage? How about Elizabeth Bender? Do you see this garbage? Do you see it?
It's the truth, Lisa. You can't handle the truth. These are the things you said. These are
About my
things that
parents, about all of
proven.
it. It is now 12:06. No clinic yet, which whatever. F the clinic, honestly, anymore. And the hospital is very important.
No, it's not.
Okay, I've been asked for nothing about what's coming up. I'm doing food and hospital only. That is it. Okay? So if anybody can help and be so kind, my dad's blowing my mother up. Or the doctor, or somebody is. And I'm fucking trying.
So now the doctor is blowing up her mother. I guess she's trying to say to come to the hospital, or her dad. She's not sure. But RJ took his mother to the hospital. Jess won't do it because she don't want anything to do with Kim, Big Kim, the mom, or Lisa. But Jess goes to the hospital to see her dad. Stop, Lisa.
We need to figure out where his fucking card is.
Oh, she wants daddy's card.
No, she's not going to answer it. Holy fucking fuck.
Now her mother hears her.
I'll get right back to you.
Like that.
I'm feeding my granddaughter. 3 hours later. I feel like the SpongeBob thing. 3 hours later.
Oh, our fingers are black, Lisa.
It cuts to me online, screaming like a fucking goofball. And then being like, wait, I told you I'd get back to you. Man, it's been 6 hours. Get the fuck up on out of here.
Nobody cares. I know I don't.
PayPal is LisaBoo23 or LisaBoo23 with an X at the end, okay? Friends and family, I need $30, please. That would take care of dinner and at least the Uber down there. At least
dinner, okay? But she said yesterday it was 2 days ago, it was $36 to go to the hospital. Now she only needs 30, and that's going to cover dinner and an Uber to the hospital. I go from my apartment to the airport. It depends on the time. Sometimes I pay $46. Sometimes I pay $32. But from my house to the airport, it's about 20 minutes. So, Lisa, the hospital, I understand, is not that far. But okay.
Least, I mean, minimally, I'm trying to do minimum here. Like, nothing, $1 more than I need. I end up needing more than what I actually asked for, but I'm trying my best, I swear. And I have Chime, L. Richard with a 5 at the end. A lot of you guys know it because a lot of you guys had sent to it. That's another thing. She doxed people. No, about 6 people that deserved it in the worst way.
Nobody deserves that.
At all.
They helped you.
I already explained that to all you guys. Had to do with them writing nasty, disgusting comments about my kids and my family.
Nobody wrote that.
If I would dox people on Chime.
They wrote your kids are better off without you. They wrote that you're the one that's putting your father in the hospital with all the stress. Stress causes seizures. Stop it.
We'd be here for a month going over transactions, okay? Over and over and over. And have I done anything since? No, I have not. Have I got money since? No, I have not. So.
You're lying.
You can take that and shove it where the sun don't shine, okay?
You're lying.
They keep giving that narrative out, and I'm going to really fucking do it just to be a bitch.
Nobody cares. I heard,
and then people message.
Kentucky Bitch has been on the phone with an investigator there, and a lot of people have been talking to this investigator there about you doing what you're doing, and you are trying to extort people for money, Lisa. That's illegal. illegal. And guys, I forgot, it's April is Autism Month. I'm so sorry, I forgot about that.
Message me.
I meant to
What's
say
your
that on
number?
April 1st.
You changed your number. I want to help you. I give him my number.
She never
2 days
changed her
later.
number.
2 days later. Where you at? Where you at?
Yes, Chantel, there is.
Like, it pisses me off because these people try to get a hold of me, not me to them.
We saw all the emails that you and DMs that you send to people, Lisa, begging them. Lisa?
I was just thinking, fuck, it's my last water, but I can just fill it the fuck up. I'm stupid. I was like, fuck, it's my last water.
She is out of control, Lady Red.
Fill that bitch up. I'm gonna get a headache though from the Mountain Dew, but I don't even care right now. I don't care. I care about going to see my fucking dad.
So that means that
I
you
want to
have
know
an
why
ID.
he still can't talk. That's what I want to know.
And somebody posted about Allegheny Hospital and what you need to get into the hospital. Hold on. In Allegheny, you need to have an ID.
Every day I miss
Hold
the
on.
fucking doctor.
Let me read this. To visit a patient at Allegheny General Hospital, Pittsburgh, you need to show a valid identification and follow the hospital's visiting guidelines, which includes checking in with security and potentially undergoing a safety check. So that means that if you're going to the hospital, Lisa, you have an ID, right? Which you said you don't have. Which you've been begging since I've been watching you for money for an ID and glasses. Really?
And my mom misses the doctor because we can't seem to get there on time. Because I don't have any money to go. And my dad has his card because he wasn't planning on having a seizure and getting put into a fucking coma.
Oh, listen. Her dad has his car. Didn't she tell us that RJ drove dad to the hospital? There's a car and there's a truck. She said herself, dad hollered upstairs for RJ to take him to the hospital because he couldn't breathe. But now dad has the car at the hospital. Jesus Christ.
Like, that wasn't the plan. And they won't give my brother nothing. My brother's down there arguing about his fucking $1,400 iPhone that they won't give to him because it's policy.
So, wait a minute. Her dad has a $1,400 iPhone. Get the fuck out of here. And that's a lie. We got my dad's stuff from the hospital. Everything he had on him when he was admitted was given to us with his permission. Jesus, stop, girl.
So it's all locked up until my dad wakes the fuck up and can
Your
talk.
dad
and
is
tell
not
them
in
to
a
give it to
coma.
us.
Your brother talked to him. He said, if you never let Lisa back in again, it'll be fine with me. RJ said, your dad said, okay. Stop it.
No,
they don't leave patients
nobody
in a
fucking
medical
listens. Nobody gives a fuck as though I'm doing this.
He's not a burn victim. He wasn't shot. They will turn it over because they don't want to be held responsible.
I'm screen recording the watch list.
But Daddy has a $1,400
Yeah, I'm screen recording
iPhone.
the watch list real quick. 1.4K. Nobody can help. Wow. Hold on a minute. Let's look at these people in here. Let's see, because now I'm fucking pissed.
Who cares?
Now I'm pissed. My mom's crying. My mom is crying. Okay.
Her mom is crying because you're upstairs lying and acting a fucking fool. That's why your mom is crying. That's why she's crying, Lisa.
Let's make some more people cry. Let's do that. Hold on a second.
Who gives a fuck if your mom is crying? That's not our mom. Who cares?
No, I'm going to call them out.
Nobody cares. That's why they're not giving you money. Mandy cares. Let's see if Mandy gives you money. And they're gifting this piece of shit. Why are you gifting this lying piece of trash? Why? That's what she wants that phone for. And they damn sure won't give it to her. They wouldn't give it to her. Well, I heard some lady downstairs talking. Well, I heard a woman talking. It could be a TV, but I heard a woman talking.
I don't care. They're not sending anyway. Jennifer Penny, get the fuck out of my live. The fuck out of here. That had nothing to do with money. She knows why.
I'm so scared.
Heather, that's one right the fuck there. Better not see Miss Michelle in here, and I better not see Elizabeth in here either.
But I thought she called Miss Michelle's name. But she says, I bet not see her in here. But you just called Michelle out. Miss Michelle, do you see this? Miss Michelle, do you see this? Mm-hmm. Lady,
Oh, girl. That's so rude. That's really nasty of you, girl.
I can't stand this bitch. I really can't stand her. And what she's put her family through. All of them, except for Ronnie. Her live was discontinued. Her live was discontinued. And that's the way it should be. Discontinued. She's a piece of shit. What's today, the 9th?
I would care.
Hold on. Today's the 9th. Chantel says she went earlier, that she went live earlier too. Hold on. Where is Chantel? Because Chantel is up, so hopefully she's grabbed these lives. Let's see. Let me see how many times. Oh, this is the one. She went crazy on Frauditor. That's the one I missed. Hold on. This is it. She went crazy on Frauditor. That's the one I missed. So she got triggered again.
I really don't have anybody to ask that will actually tell me the truth.
Wait a minute. Her brother is talking?
People that hate me.
Who is her brother talking to?
It's never in between. Sucks.
Yeah, he was on the phone with the woman, but I don't know who it was.
If you guys could share, this is the one I can't share on. Anybody, can. Otherwise, I really wouldn't ask you to do that. I promise. Thank you. Yep. No, the question is just,
people are actually sharing her
video.
So
let me try to put it all on the table, right?
She can't share it, but there it is.
Somebody, and hear me out, right?
Share video.
If you got people, right, that you text with every day, right? And they tell you, I get paid this day. I got you, you talk to them up until that day, right? Normal shit, right? Okay. And then they, on that day, they're like, okay, well, my mail comes at noon, or I don't get paid till 5. Direct deposit hits at 5, whatever. And then they tell you, don't go live. I got you. I promise. And everything's cool, right? And then at that time, right, it ain't that, honey, I can't do it. I thought I made more money. I mean, even fuck you, I don't want to do it would suffice, right?
First of all, if you work 40 hours, unless you work overtime, you're going to make the same amount of money. If you're on salary, your check will always be the same, maybe off by 2 or 3 cents. Okay, Lisa? So no. People tell you shit just for you to leave them alone. It's not your money that you work for. It's not your money, Lisa. Not your money.
Right? They just block you or disappear, or is that rude, or is that just me?
It's just,
and like I said, even a fuck you, I'm not going to do it would suffice, right? Instead of making me wait hours.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. Not with you. No, it wouldn't. Because then you would go put that information out. Then you would do all kind of crazy shit. No, it wouldn't. Somebody blocked you. And you started creating all these text now numbers to harass that person, Lisa. You're sick.
Thinking that something came up, or It's just me? Okay.
It's just
Well,
you.
sorry.
I didn't even know somebody said that.
I just think it's rude that they wouldn't just say something so that I could get on with trying to get
No,
help somewhere else.
you're lying, because even after you get money, you still jump pages and pretend that you don't have money. And then the people that come in and tell you, Lisa, I just sent you this money. Why are you doing this? You block them. We all see it. We all see it, Lisa.
That's all.
Block, ignore her, call the police, her police, and tell them that she's trying to extort you.
Well, it ain't even about that. It ain't even about all the time. What about just once in a while if you need help
No, Lisa, it's
and
every day
somebody
you
did
need
that to
help.
you? Like, you'd like that? You'd be okay with that? You know, them just blocking you and not saying anything
Every day.
at all? You know what I mean? And like I said, they could even come back and say, F you, I'm not going to do it.
Okay, right. Y'all do that.
Like, that's it. Okay, great. And move along. I mean, I just don't understand, but
Who believes, Lisa, if you tell her, fuck you, I'm not going to do it, leave? She's just going to move along? No.
is it buffering? I'm sorry if it is. I don't know why.
Oh my God, I don't want to see Lori's mouth.
No, I don't watch myself on YT, honey, no. Not too good, Jen Live.
She just lied. She said she doesn't watch herself on YT. You're lying. You watch Frauditor. You even brought up Lady Red on a live a couple of weeks ago about how it, well, on a call with Kim. You brought up Lady Red and how you saw this thing. I can't think of the contents lady's name, but you knew it was a lady versus Lisa. You watch everything about you. You said you don't watch TikTok, but yet you know what goes on in people's chats on TikTok. Girl, stop.
Here we are at 10:30 trying to get to the clinic and the hospital, you know. I agree.
If she really needed to go to the clinic, she would walk.
Not too good, Mike. How have you been, honey?
Walk.
Bull BS what?
She did, Lady Red. Listen to that call with Kim.
Wait, what did she just say?
She was talking
Wait,
about
what did she
you.
just say? Girl, you aren't allowed in the hospital. Nicole, what the fuck are you talking about?
You're not allowed in the hospital.
They just say anything, man.
That's what your
I
mom
can't
said.
go. Okay, great. Here, let's start this. Why can't
your mom said, I didn't know Lisa was allowed in the hospital. That's what your mom said in that call when we heard RJ. That's what was said.
go? Why can't I go? Come on, guys. Reaper. Oh, okay. What about her? What about her? I'm banned. Who said that, guys? Guys, who said that?
You need a valid ID to go. Reaper didn't say, I didn't watch Reaper, so let me stop saying.
You didn't see a video of me being banned. Where's the video of me being banned? Because that's a crazy video, because I was just down there yesterday, man. I didn't steal a DEA number for fucking... Dude, that was 2020. And I didn't steal it. It was on my prescription bottle.
See, now she's changed the story. Lady Red showed the video where she said she pretended to be a doctor. Lady Red has that video. So now she's lying again. And those words came out of Lisa's mouth.
So it had nothing to do with the hospital, actually, but okay.
Exactly, Lady Red.
No, I actually didn't. CVS wrote it, printed it on my prescription bottle on accident. Had nothing to do with the hospital, had nothing to do with going in. That's what they did.
Lady Red has that video. Matter of fact, I clipped it and put it on TikTok where she's talking about how she pretended to be a doctor. Jesus Christ. and wrote these prescriptions and how she bragged about probation. Girl, stop.
And no, it's not supposed to be. That's what I just said. It's absolutely not supposed to be. Nope, it isn't. Nope, it isn't. I think, never mind. I think I didn't go to jail for 15 years.
Who called that?
I guess it's on accident unless they did it on purpose. I don't know why the fuck it was on there.
She's lying again.
Really don't. Kind of wish it wasn't. Started a whole bunch of shit, man.
She's gonna get discontinued on this one too.
But where's the video of me being banned? What's this lady? What's this Nicole talking about? Nicole, where you at? Where's the video?
Yep, she got.
Where's this fake video? Nope. How would KB have a video of me being banned? She don't live in Pittsburgh. How would she have a video? I don't understand. What am I missing, guys? What am I missing? Oh, me go find it. I'm not going on a wild goose hunt for something I know don't exist. She assumed it. Okay. Okay. Well, guys, all you guys who are on the fence,
on the 200.
You hear this? They're coming in here saying, don't give her money. She's banned from the hospital. She's not going to the hospital to see her dad. I asked for the video. We have proof. We got a video of them telling us that you're banned, Lisa. Okay, where's the video? Go find it yourself. We were just assuming. We were assuming. So I thought.
I can't stand this bitch. I really can't. Move her head.
Let her do that shit. I'm so disappointed in her for letting her do that bullshit to me.
Hold on.
Her fucking thing is, and it's crazy who she runs with, that who she runs with lets her do that shit.
Oh, she's talking about Villain now.
Lets her do that shit. I'm so disappointed in her for letting her.
Villain controls Reaper. Villain don't control no fucking body. Nobody.
Do that bullshit to me that I can't even fucking tell you.
Villain controls nothing.
Bunch of fucking conspiracy theory bullshit over there. No fucking 1% truth, and the rest she just makes up. She's on Flacca. She's on Flacca, guys. That's why her tests are clean, guys. She's on Flacca now.
See, I wouldn't even guess what you're on. I wouldn't even say that because I wouldn't know unless I see your medical stuff or unless I did a piss test and it comes up with that. But then it says Flacca doesn't come up. So I would never put that out because I don't know what you're on. But I know you do crack because that's what you admitted doing.
The fuck out.
Yeah, she's disappointed in Villain.
No, I'm mad. Emotional, whatever you want to call it, ma'am. Whatever you'd like to call it. I got to the clinic yesterday. My friend came and got me because she wanted to show me her car. So she came and got me, my friend, and took me down.
You said that your friend took you to the hospital.
Real quick, which I thank her for that. And that's about it. I haven't got there today yet, so.
Banana said, ask them then.
It's some kind of rug, honey. I'm not sure. I've never heard of it in Pittsburgh.
Somebody asked, do you have friends?
I do have friends. Yes, I do.
Well, ask your friends for money.
Yes.
Hi, damn it, Mandy. Yep, her brother said it.
It's some kind of rug. I'm not sure. From what I gathered from Googling it, it's like the people that stand on the corner and act like crazy nuts and scream and roll on the ground and shit. I guess that's what I'm doing now, guys. I don't know. Wouldn't be my choice of a good time, but hey.
Flocka is bath salts. Okay. Where's the 200 from yesterday? Who keeps giving this dumb bitch money? Who keeps giving her money? That's what I don't understand.
Or it's just, I don't know. I'm sure it's here somewhere. I don't know.
I can't. I'm trying to see if she's going to be wilding out.
There's 20 of what, honey? 20 of what?
Girl, you need to Google her name. Plenty of proof. So, Kaylee, what do you all think she did with the 200 from yesterday? How can all these people be wrong, Lisa? Oh, damn.
Brother's hilarious. Yeah, well, he's kind of rude. So when people always say, your brother will ride you, and I say, no, he won't, they always think I'm lying about that, and I'm really not lying about that.
She only let that go because she wanted people to hear what her brother was saying, trying to make herself feel like she's a victim. She's not a victim. You put this family through hell. You think her money kicked up after the doxing? I wouldn't give that bitch a penny. RJ probably have Thaddeus card, but mom and dad don't get a check. But
they shouldn't really be ashamed. They haven't really accomplished much in life either. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I'm the one here putting up with the riffraff. So
you are riffraff, girl. Have you looked at yourself? You are pure trash, Lisa. You're trash.
Nobody asked any of them to get involved.
You did. You brought this shit to the internet. You did.
Nobody asked any of them to get involved with any of it. Jesse and Ronnie jumped on here themselves, and the rest of them didn't.
Ronnie
That's
jumped
it.
on.
And they're not really in it, so.
Okay.
No, it isn't. Whoever just texted me, no, it isn't making me mad that they're saying I'm banned. I really don't care what they believe because it's the people that aren't going to help anyway. So I don't care if they believe whether I can go or not. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Ever. And the people who will help obviously know that I'm not banned from the hospital. That's silly. For what fucking reason? Oh, because KB and Reaper said so.
It was probably her.
They were scammers and liars, just a year ago, but, we're going to believe everything that they say. Get the fuck out of here.
I'll give her credit on the KB part. She was scamming people on YouTube with this crafting thing. Swore to God, somebody broke in her house and took all her Christmas presents. So that part is true. And I don't like KB. KB here. Can't stand that bitch. Can't stand her. Now she's fake crying.
You know what, too? Since all my stuff gets reported, you guys know that Reaper on her YouTube has all her payment apps in her bio on YouTube. How's that right? Awareness. She's awareness.
Okay,
why is her PayPal and Cash App and all that on her page over there? Huh? Why aren't we mass reporting that?
Why should we?
Not cool. Hypocritical.
Why should we? People on YouTube gets tips. People on TikTok get gifts. They get tips. But you have your Cash App and everything in your bio. So Reaper's not online begging for money and lying. KB is not online begging for money and lying. You are. You are. You are admitted crack addict.
Right? Somebody who has all these GoFundMes and shit, which is proven. I've shown y'all. And you'll see more of it when the shit drops, right? We're working on it.
We.
Why?
Who's we? Who's we? Is she friends with Kim again? Who's we? We saw the GoFundMe. I heard what Reaper had to say. I don't really give a fuck what Reaper has to say. I really don't. I don't know if she had cancer or not. If you had it, prove it. As far as I'm concerned, don't care. Other than that, I don't want to hear shit.
Is there a whole page of payment apps on her YouTube that I just seen yesterday? Why? Can anybody fucking explain that? And to go after Mandy and drag her all through TikTok.
Look at her protecting Mandy.
But Reaper can have PayPal.
Mandy, who lied about how long she's been in recovery. Mandy. Look at you taking up for Mandy. That's why people believe and think that Mandy gives you money. I know I do.
For what? And she says it'll better the channel. Better it how, ma'am? You don't do any research at all. You say people are the same people that aren't the same people. Okay? You're telling them I'm banned from the hospital. You're telling them I'm doing flacca and spending 2 hours on my goddamn legs.
That's true. I would have never said that. I would never even have went with that because you have no proof. I agree with that. Don't put out misinformation unless you know for a fact. And you don't know anything for a fact except for she is an admitted crackhead and we see her fingers, her fingernails, and her teeth. Okay. We know she's been on methadone now 19 or 20 years, but she said she was only using for 30 days, but she's been on methadone all this time. That makes no sense.
Research are you doing? Zero. People get that through your fucking thick heads.
Ooh.
Says she's friends with villain. Don't mean she works like villain. Period.
Okay. Is it the ultimate Tracy?
We spent 3 weeks of research to come up with Heather Ray and Kim Ray are the same person. Because it just sounds good. Because Heather works at a bank. So it just sounds good, y'all. It sounds good. So we're going to put that out on the fucking internet and ruin Heather's fucking career.
But you put out on the internet that there was a school teacher, Stephanie, gave her name out and said that she was a heroin addict and she worked at a school. You remember that, Lisa? I do.
So they got sued for that. She still may get sued for that, actually.
Really? So Stephanie should sue you?
Keep putting shit out, Reaper. Keep putting fucking defamation bullshit out on your page.
Defamation.
Because I don't give a fuck if I get shit off of you.
Okay.
And neither do they. We're tired of it. We're fucking tired of it. Fucking scammer, bitch. It's going down, dude.
Oh, Lady
now I'm
Red
banned
has
from the
lie.
hospital, so I can't get any help.
At 5:50, let me
to
drop
begin
this
with.
link.
And now she's telling people I'm banned. Like, don't you see this dumbass bitch is jealous that she don't get no money? So she's trying to fucking fuck up my money. So she's trying to do
I see
video after
Reaper
video
gets
after
a lot
video.
of,
You're not gonna fuck it up, Reaper.
Super chat.
That's it. You can't do
see
shit,
that.
okay? I have backup after backup after backup after backup. You're not doing
That's
a damn thing
Lady
to me,
Red's
but
live.
pissing me the fuck off and get yourself lawsuit after lawsuit
5:50 today
for
So
defamation.
I'll have to catch the replay. Well, I don't know. I may be finished by then.
I have a video that I'm going to drop on my YouTube. It's a little short 30-second video that kind of sums everything up. Since I didn't get no fucking help, and I go, Mom, we're not going again because Reaper's a fuck.
Mom is not home. Mom is not home. She's not home. But I heard a lady. It could have been the TV. Again, this woman is sick in the head. Okay. So, hi, Julie BC. Again, fuck Lisa and her lies. Lady Red's going to go live today talking about, it says 2:30 question mark, hospital overloaded with calls, Lisa screaming to an empty house. So Lady Red will be live today. Okay. This is just crazy. I don't care about Lisa and her issues. I really don't care about Lisa and her lies. But people need to stop giving her money. And what she does, she goes on the back end and she's threatening people. And then she comes live and with her threats, if people just let her do what the fuck she's going to do, and then go to the police, they'll be okay. Because she's doing it on the internet. On the internet. So, all right, guys, I will be going. I am leaving. You guys have a great day. I want to say thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate it. And I think George is live on Rumble. I'm not sure. I just saw something 4 hours ago, and he may be live on Rumble. But you guys have a great, great day. And again, thank you for being here, and I will see you later. Bye.
I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and
no problem, Christoph. Bye, Bulldog Mama. Bye, Lady Red. Bye, guys. Oh, let me say, hold on, before I forget. I gotta go back. Thank you, Mamas the Boss, for being a member for 7 months. Thank you, Jen, for this $2 super chat. And thank you, Island Girl. Really appreciate you guys. Have a great day, everybody.